Alright, so for this video lecture, we are going to be dealing with the pluperfect subjunctive. If you have not watched the imperfect subjunctive video yet, you need to go back and do that one first, and then come back to this video. I explain what the subjunctive is briefly in that one, and we talk about how it's formed in that. And the reason I have you do imperfect first and then pluperfect, as opposed to the way the book has you do it, is because the imperfect and the pluperfect form almost identically. Alright, they both deal with infinitives, they both add on endings to a very simple stem. We're going to be dealing with this chart again. It's this chart with the 4 rows, the subjunctive mood chart. I gave it to you in class. Today, in this video, we're going to be dealing with the pluperfect. Alright, we'll be dealing with the pluperfect subjunctive, the bottom row. So, like I said, imperfect and pluperfect are very similar. So for the imperfect subjunctive, what did you do? So, for the imperfect, you took the second principal part, which is known as the infinitive. And it's a specific kind of infinitive. Yes, I know, I'm scaring you all. Infinitives, there's more than one type of infinitive. There are 3 different tenses for infinitives. We know the present, and so there's the perfect and the future that we don't know yet. So we take the second principal part, the present infinitive, and then you add M, S, T, M-U-S, T-I-S, and T. And that's all you have to do. So with the pluperfect, we don't have to chop anything off. We're going to be dealing with M, S, T, M-U-S, T-I-S, and N-T. So we're going to add those endings on. We're going to add them on to a different form of the infinitive. Any guesses at what form? So I told you there's 3. We have the present dealing with the imperfect. The other 2 were the perfect and the future. Probably pretty good guess to be able to say that yes, you're going to be using the perfect infinitive. Alright, so we take the perfect infinitive and you add these endings, MST, MUSTS, NT. So let's get and deal with the perfect infinitive first. How do we form that? Well, by the nature of its name, what stem, what principal part do you think you're going to be dealing with? Yes, the third principal part, the one that you use for the perfect tense and the pluperfect tense. The third principal part has also been known as the perfect stem. For those of you who are interested in this type of stuff, it's known as the perfect stem. So that's why we're going to be, for the perfect infinitive, we're going to be using the perfect stem. So we're going to take the third principal part. So this is perfect infinitive. Alright? So we're going to take the third principal part. Remember, perfect stem. So let's go with Porto, because that's one of your examples for the pluperfect subjunctive. So Porto, portare, portavi, portatus. So we take the portavi, chop off the I. So now we're just left with the stem portau. So we take that. So this is our stem, portau. We have to add an ending onto that. And you add isse onto it. So we're left with portawisse. This is your perfect infinitive. So whenever you see a verb stem with the isse in there, Remember, you got to be careful now, because what's the other thing that has a double S towards the ending? Right, the superlative adjectives. So we got to be careful. So we're dealing with a verb stem here. All right, this is why it's important to know your parts of speech. We're dealing with a verb stem plus isse. This is the perfect infinitive. So to get back to the subjunctive, and also if you haven't noticed, you can follow along in your book on page 70 with the pluperfect subjunctive. All right, so we have our perfect infinitive, and I'll let you pause the video here to write down your notes. So, porta visse, we're going to deal with that one first. For the pluperfect subjunctive. Porta visse, well, I don't let you guys cheat, so I won't cheat. So, we take our perfect subjunctive, not chopping off anything, so not having to worry about chopping off anything, all we do is add M, S, T, N, U, S, T, I, S, NT. That's it. Second conjugation, third conjugation, fourth conjugation, they all form the perfect infinitive the same way, and they all form the pluperfect subjunctive the same way. So let's take traho, to drag. So let's get our perfect infinitive first. So traho, trahere, troxy, tractus. Remember this word, we get the word tractor from this word, the thing that does the dragging. So, perfect infinitive, third principal part, troxy. Chop off the I, trox, add isse, trox isse. That's your perfect infinitive, all right? Base form for the pluperfect subjunctive. So now, we take trox isse, and we repeat it, write it out 6 times. And I see why you guys like to abbreviate, but I'm not going to let you, so I won't. That's 5. I'm sure one of you is saying, Mr. Carroll, that's 5. Yeah, I know, I can count. So we have our perfect infinitive, base, and then we just add M, S, T, M, U, S, T, I, S, N, T. And that's it. So like I said at the start of the video, the pluperfect subjunctive, this is the pluperfect subjunctive, is very similar to the imperfect subjunctive. You take an infinitive form. With the imperfect, you're taking the present infinitive. With the pluperfect subjunctive, you're taking the perfect infinitive. So you take that infinitive form and you add the endings MST, MUS, TIS, NT. That's all you have to do. Now, to fill out the chart, since this is repetitive throughout the whole thing, you only have to fill out one of the columns. Don't do anything else. Don't cross off anything, but you only have to fill out the very first column right here in this box. All right? So, and all you have to put in there is isse, assent. Now make sure you've done this for both imperfect and pluperfect. This is going to be checked in class. All right? This is a chart that you need to hold on to for your remaining time here in Latin. So make sure you fill it out. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Make sure you can email me or bring them into class, and I will see you in school.